Hi folks, Dan Bidondi for Truth Sessions, and today's July 24th of 2012, and this is a few days after the Batman massacre that occurred, and we're going to talk a little bit about this. But folks, I just want to go on to say that we are on record to tell you, we told you. We told you that there was going to be a staged false flag attack that, to justify this whole Second Amendment deal. Now people say, oh, this is another false flag conspiracy. No, it's not conspiracy, folks. And hear me out first before you turn this off. Now let's analyze the whole situation. You got a guy named James Holmes. He's an unemployed college student living in probably low-income apartments. And how does he manage to afford over $20,000 of tactical gear that you can't buy from Army and Navy store? You have to be in the military or some kind of law enforcement to even acquire. And the weapons he used, thousands of dollars of ammunition he had, the canisters, the bombs, and not to mention a professionally rigged booby trap at his apartment. Now, a kid straight out of college is not going to do this, folks. They did studies, research, on who he was. I mean, his friends, his families, fellow students all said he's a bright, intelligent kid. And what led him to do this? That's the thing. And yes, he was drugged up. Yes, he's a crazy maniac, no doubt. But we believe he's a definite victim of mind control, folks. It's on record that the military, it's in Army field manuals, okay, that the military uses mind control. It's in HR 2977, the Space and Preservation Act. That was never passed, but it's in that bill. And the CIA is going on record, the NSA, the FBI is going on record to say, yes, they use mind control. It's all part of a military PSYOPs program. It's right in the military PSYOPs 101, basically, about mind control. And this guy, James Holmes, we have to believe that this guy just busted into a movie theater and shot everybody up. Now, the thing is, we're questioning now is if somebody opened the door for him. But the thing is, he couldn't have busted through these doors. They're solid, steel doors encased in concrete. They only go one way, is out. So I know professional wrestlers that can't even kick this door in. Never alone a little college student here. So somebody had to let him in for one. And there's a lot of better reports, witnesses say there might have been a second shooter. It very well could have been, because look at Oklahoma City. Timothy McVeigh got the whole rap for the thing, and they didn't even mention the other people that were with him, Al-Qaeda members, and they were released right away by the FBI per order of Bill Clinton. And let's get into this this whole thing, folks. It smells false flag. I'm gonna call it like it is, and I'm calling it like it is. Alex Jones is calling it like it is too. He smells false flags. And I smell false flag. Bottom line. And look at that's happened. I mean, we just got this today. This report, the very same day, a Colorado University held an identical drill as the same day as the Batman massacre. The students were training how to react to a gunman firing at people in the movie theater. This happened the day, hours before. Okay, this is mainstream media. This is Infowars.com also. This happened hours before they trained how to react if somebody busts into a movie theater firing at people. And this is a Colorado University, just only 16 miles away from the site. And if that's not area, I don't know what it is. And this is also reported from the Denver Post. And another shocking coincidence about all this, a trailer that preceded The Dark Knight, the rise of the movie, called Gangster Squad. This was in the trailers, preceding the movie. And right behind the screen, they jumped out from behind the screen to shoot up a movie theater. And Warner Brothers was forced to desperately pull the trailer. But folks, this is not coincidence. How do you get the trailer of guys jumping out from behind the screen shooting up a movie theater? How do you get that day, hours before, 60 miles away from the movie theater, Colorado University training for this very exercise? How do you do that? So you can sit there and call me conspiracy theorist all you want, because the numbers don't add up. And there's more, a lot more. And there was so much other stuff. There was a 1986 Batman cartoon, which showed a crazed gun gunman jumping in the movie theater, shooting up the place. And yes, he could have been a Batman freak and he would have known about this, whatever. That's not the case, but all the other stuff does not add up because they're not coincidence, folks. Far from it. And this happens to be, that you had the whole, the ATF got caught in Fast and Furious. This is on record. Mainstream media is now admitting this. That was all staged. They gave weapons to the drug cartels, and all in an attempt to go after your Second Amendment. This is on record. And they got caught once, and could this be Fast and Furious 2? And here's the clues leading up to this. Soon before this whole thing took place at the massacre, Warner Jones, he's the director of the ATF, he goes right out to say to all the people who work for the ATF, to whistleblowers, warning them and threatening them. You open your mouth, you're done for, bottom line. There's going to be severe consequences to anybody that blows the whistle who works for the TSA. And you've seen the video right up on Infowars.com. It was on the Nightly News, July 20th, last Friday. And George Orwell's 1984 style. Just saying, you whistleblowers, keep your mouth shut. The federal agency, they're supposed to take a sworn oath on the Constitution, and they're supposed to alert the whole public in media to everything they're doing. But no, they keep your mouth shut. We're going to do what we want, bottom line. And it's just so much stuff that's leading up to this. And now let's move into the TSA for a minute. The TSA is already called to go to movie theaters. This is not coincidence, folks. This is on record. I reported this months ago. Actually, over a year ago, how TSA wants to be in the movie theaters. Alex Jones did too. Both of us called it. They're going to pull a false flag that's going to justify all this. It's going to justify TSA being at the movies. It's going to justify the whole UN treaty that's coming up in a couple weeks to go after the small arms, the small arms treaty. This is not coincidence, folks. Not at all. It's going to justify this police state. It's going to... I can't go on enough, folks. I really can't, man. This is not conspiracy. This is not coincidence, because this is a plain-out military psyops operation, false flag attack, bottom line. And I smell the ATF involved with this. This sounds to me like another Fast and the Furious 2. I smell the FBI's scum hands in this, too, with their mind control that they use. Look what they did to the Christmas tree bomber, Christmas Eve a couple years ago. They gave him the car, they gave him the bomb, and the bomb that was put in front of Times Square a couple years ago. And just in the nick of time that they wanted to put cameras everywhere in New York City. So they staged this whole incident right in front of the Comedy Central building. It was the FBI made the bomb, they drove the car there. And all of a sudden, this is why we need to, all in the nick of time, this is why we need to put cameras up. And right after the shooting, and it happens to be 2 weeks from now, whatever, we have this UN Small Arms Treaty coming. Right after the shooting, within an hour and a half to 2 hours time, Michael Bloomberg, the mayor of New York City, went on TV to the press to say, hey, this is why we need gun control. This is why we need to take your guns. And folks, if you put all this together, it's all a false flag, okay? It's staged. They seduced this innocent kid, drugged him up, used mass mind control. The kid didn't even know where the hell he was. He gave up to the police. If you kill a bunch of people, you're not going to give up to the police. Look at Timothy McVeigh. Supposedly killed a bunch of people in a federal building, and he gets pulled over by a state trooper when he had a revolver. He could have shot the cop, but willingly gives himself up. This is mind control 101, folks. Bottom line. Anybody who studies psyops, okay? This is military psyops garbage 101, bottom line. And we've gone on record to tell you, folks, that they're going to do this. We said they're going to stage a false flag, and they have done it. Not because we're psychics, not because we're these mystics or whatever. None of that, okay? Because we know the minds of these criminal scum. It's a problem, reaction, solution to order out of chaos, the old Hegelian dialect. That's all it is. You understand that, you understand the elite, the mind of the elite. And folks, we got this Small Arms Treaty coming up in New York, and this is serious business, folks. They're calling to take our guns away. They don't want nobody to own revolvers. And speaking of revolvers, right on in the United Nations, right on the is a giant statue right outside of this 357 Magnum revolver, and the barrel is tied into a knot. Folks, they are coming after our Second Amendment. This is serious now, and I urge and I encourage you, anybody from the NRA, the Gun Owners Association of America, anybody who wants the right to bear arms, liberty groups, I don't care who you are, I urge you, go to New York City during this treaty. Surround the entire UN building, millions of people if you could get out there. Surround them and let these scum know over our dead bodies you're taking our guns. Because you're not taking them from me. You'll get the bullets first, and that's a guarantee. That's not a threat, it's a guarantee. And folks, we need to reestablish the spirit of 1776. Constitution's under threat. You got CISPR, you know, and all these other bills going after the First Amendment. They're already taking our Fourth Amendment. The Illinois is allowing police to bust into your home without a warrant. I mean, I could go on all day with this stuff, and folks, we called this, and we're not trying to hear to blow our own whistles. We're not, because we told you this was coming. We told you. And it's just going to get worse, folks, unless you, the American people, stand up against us. And go to New York City, let your voice be heard. You surround that damn building, and remember, we outpower them. We outnumber them. And do it peacefully, of course, you know, because you don't want to give them any justification for their causes. So surround New York City, the whole UN building, and let these scum know you're not taking crap. And this is Dan Bidondi for Truth Sessions.